Fundamental principles and conduct of law enforcement officials. Fundamental principles. The rigid application of fundamental principles in police work is necessary to avoid human rights violation and maintain respect of the profession. Thus, PNP members have the following responsibilities. First is to prevent and control crime, disorders, and oppression by influential political groups, abusive soldiers and policemen, tyrannical policemen, and this decadent society. Second, to recognize that the fulfillment of its functions is dependent upon community approval of its existence and on its ability to obtain and maintain responsive support and participative cooperation. Third, to recognize that in order to secure and maintain the approval, support, and cooperation of the public, it has a collateral responsibility of securing the willing assistance of the public in the task of securing observance of law. Fourth, to recognize that when the community cooperates and assists the police, it diminishes proportionately in need for the use of physical force and compulsion in achieving law enforcement objectives. Fifth, to seek and preserve public favor, not by soliciting public opinion, but by constant demonstration of impartiality by ready offering of individual service and congeniality to all members of the community without regards to their wealth, friendship, and social standing and race, and by ready offering of individual sacrifice and to some extent the sacrifice of relatives. Sixth, to use physical force only when the exercise of persuasion, advice, and warning is found to be insufficient in the pursuit of law observance or to restore orders, and shall restore only to the minimum degree of physical force necessary of any particular occasions in achieving law enforcement objectives. 7. To constantly maintain wholesome relationship with the community that gives reality to the historic tradition that the police is the people and the people is the police. To recognize the need for strict adherence to the law, refrain from usurping the powers and authority of the judiciary and avenging individuals, judging guilt, and punishing the guilty. To recognize that the test of police efficiency is the absence of crime and disorder, not the visible evidence of law enforcement action in dealing crime and disorder. To recognize that the test of law enforcement integrity is the presence of personal moral responsibility. To recognize that the achievement of professional service depends principally upon the constant development of police education and training, research and planning, and exercise. To recognize that the stability of the republic, of continuity of sovereignty, and strength of democracy depend upon a police organization that is constantly aware of the sensitive balance between individual freedom and collective security. To recognize the ever magnified principle, love God, honor the government, and respect the people. And lastly, to recognize that the people is a peacemaker, the police is the peacekeeper, and the local government is the peace preserver. If he goes beyond and above of his role, he must observe the 3 C's in internal and external relations: consult, coordinate, and cooperate.